Dear friends, welcome back to Dad's Data Analytics Talks. This is in continuation of our last session where we learned about SQL Server Integration Service. Especially, we were focusing on how to set up the development environment as a data engineer. Then I promised that we will have a detailed tour of the tool, and we are going to have that in this video. So, if you have not happened to see the previous video, please go back and check out the SSIS development environment setup tutorial. So, whichever the data warehouse or data integration tool you are using, whether it is Informatica, Snowflake, Azure Synapse Analytics, SAS, Google BigQuery, or even SSIS, the data pipeline, the data flow is similar in all these instances. We'll have to deal with the origin. There is nothing but the sources, heterogeneous sources. We will have the databases, RDBMS, NoSQL databases, could be file system, could be data lake. You will have to manage the storage. You will have to manage the processing. Once you have brought the data into a staging layer, you will have to manage the extraction, the transformation, and finally the loading to the destination. So in the ecosystem, you will have to manage storage, the data warehouse, the staging store, the data mart. Then with respect to processing, the extraction of the content, the various transformations, the load activity. Then you will have the workflow, that means the jobs, the schedulers you need to manage. Then finally, you will have to monitor the whole activity, the whole ecosystem. So a proper and ideal data integration tool will have to manage source, manage the transformation, and manage the destination. So if you master one of the tools, it could be Informatica, it could be Snowflake, it could be Azure Synapse, or it should be SAS, or Redshift, or Google BigQuery, or even SSIS, you are good. So once you have the knowledge of how the system works, and it's a matter of just mastering the tool and do the execution. So today we are going to see one of the most simple tool, which is SSIS. So what are the source, how it is dealing with the origin, how this is doing the transformation, what are the tools available. The SSIS is a no code solution, so you may should be able to drag and drop and do the configuration, and that is you have that is the connection is proper, then transformation is done, then you are loading into your destination. It could be SQL, it should be NoSQL like Azure Synapse, or it should be Oracle, or it should be Data Lake, whatever it is. I'm going to show you how an SSIS tool looks like and what is possible with that. Let's begin. So now without delay, we are going to open our Visual Studio. We have already created the Visual Studio 2022, and let me run it as an administrator. Yeah, it will take 1 or 2 minutes to open your Visual Studio. As soon as the Visual Studio is open, you can see the recent projects that you have already worked. So if your goal is to continue with the existing project, you can open the project. If you want to create a new SSIS project, of course, you should go and click on the create a new project. So when you create a new SSIS project, make sure you are choosing the right templates. So we have different templates for SSIS itself. So SSIS integration service project, Azure enabled. Now the Azure Data Factory has supported the SSIS projects in it, and you can develop SSIS project as you do normally, and you can publish your package or workload into the Azure Data Factory, and you can configure the schedule in Data Factory itself. So today in this session, I am not going to deal with Azure enabled project, so I am keeping it for another video. So soon I will be working on demonstrating how to work on SSIS project, which is again Azure enabled. I am not going to create a new project because we have already created a SQL Server Integration project in the last session. I will continue with the same. So I am going to open the integration project. The project is open. So basically, you can see if you go to the view and you can see the solution explorer. And if you right click on the package window, you can also see SSIS toolbox. So we have the toolbox and we have the project. If you look at the closely, so there is a solution. Solution is an umbrella under which multiple projects can be hosted. Currently, there is an integration service project, and the name is Service Project 1. If you look at this structure, we have the project parameters. What is a project parameter? A project parameter is a way through which we can set some default values, default parameters to the package. As soon as you host, you publish, you deploy this package into either SQL Server or into an independent build exe. Also, you can also configure this as a job, Windows job kind of thing. So if you want to communicate, if you want to pass some parameters to the package as it is being run, then this project parameter is the way. And whatever you set in the project parameters is accessible across all the packages. So the project parameter and package parameter, package parameter package variable. So the project parameter is available across all the packages within the project. However, the package variable will be available to only specific package. So we'll come to that. Then second one is that you are able to create the connection manager. Every SSIS project will have connections to source, connections to the destination. So I will show that, but you can have a common connection manager so that you can use it across multiple projects, multiple packages. Okay, so that is where the connection manager comes into picture. Then the SSIS packages, every solution can have one or many packages. So if you want to create a new package, it is very simple. You can have the new SSIS package. You can import and export wizard. Through wizard also we can bring a package into the solution, then adding existing package from already in the system itself. So here if I click on a new package, of course the new package, you can see that there is a new DTSX file is added to the solution and with a name package 1. So of course you can change the name of the package here itself using this rename option. So we have the pack, we can have multiple packages in any project. Okay, then we have the package parts, then we have the control flow, then these are some of the linked Azure source where you want to refer during your development. So from a solution point of view, every solution will have multiple projects, and every project will have a project parameters and connection managers and also multiple packages. So that's from a solution point of view. Now, of course, you can check in your code into repository like GitHub or any source control that is of your interest. So we will have a source control option here. You can select a repository, you can add to a source control. So and your source is also safe, and you can create pipeline for deploying this. That is from a solution point of view. So when you click on the package, package or package 1, you will can see a designer window, and this is where you are going to design your integration project. Okay, so we'll come to know you have the control flow, we have data flow, we have parameters, you have event handlers, you have package explorer. So what is within the package? As already you saw, it has a connection manager, log providers, executable, procedure, constraints, parameters, event handlers, and variables. These are basically the system variables. You can even access those system variables within your package, and you can also create user variables. I will show you how to create a user variables also very soon. What is in a package? Yeah, it's very simple. It has connection managers, it has log providers, executables, then precedence, constraints, then parameters, event handlers, and so on. So that is part of the package. Okay, so let me go back to the control flow. I will show you how to map the data flow with the source, destination, and transformation. Of course, there is something called a script task where you can do little bit of C# code. Apart from that, everything is configurable. So we have a package, and this is the designer. So we have the control flow, we have the data flow. And in the data flow, we have option to add the source and destination. So we need to see the toolbox. So in the toolbox, you can see common tools enabled, the Azure enabled SSIS. You will have Azure related tools under this menu. And we have the other transformation and other sources, other destination. So any programmer who wants to start your SSIS project, SSIS package, is good to understand the sources, destination, and available transformations. Okay, let's start with other sources first. We have the ADO.NET sources. And this source, basically this source, and we have, let me also drag and destination. I have ADO.NET destination. So we can relate the ADO.NET source to ADO.NET destination. So in our architecture, we saw that there is origin, that is basically source, and we have the destination. And if I want to do a transformation, I can track a transformation tool from this set of tools. For example, if I want to do a data conversion, what I will do, I load the data into my source, then I take the data into a data conversion, then I can take the converted data into a destination. So basically the first task is extraction, extract data from various sources. So we can use ADO connectors. Let me show you CDC source. Then we have Excel sources. Then if you have a flat file or CSV file, we can go for CSV file sources. Then if it's an OLEDB source, we can go with OLEDB. For example, if you have a SQL Server, we can use the source. We can set a connection string. So it will ask you to the source, initial catalog, the authentication and providers and everything. Then you can see the tables available within the database. That's my source. And if you wish, you can even see the preview of the data which is in the source. So if it is a raw file, use that. If you have XML file, SSIS supports numerous sources. Again, we have the OData source, ODBC, ODBC source. We have OLEDB command. These are some of the sources that you can configure in an SSIS package. It is depends on the type of the source you have. You should choose the right source. Just remember that. So SSIS from a source point of view supports you OLEDB, ODBC, CDC, Excel, flat file, raw file, XML, OData, and many more. And you can even create a custom source as well. Then coming to the destination, you can have ODBC destination, you can have HDFS destination, you can have data streaming destination. Then coming to other destination, ADO.NET destination, reader destination, Excel destination, then flat file destination, OLEDB destination, then raw file destination, then record set destination, then directly SQL Server destination. So we have so many sources, so many destination. So let me go back again to show you some of the transformation. So we have aggregate, then we have a conditional split. For example, if I want to split a data set into two based on a condition, I can go with a conditional split. For example, there are students who pass the exam, there are students who fail the exam. If I want to separate the set of students passed, set of students failed, I can use kind of split. Okay, then I can use a data conversion. What is data conversion? For example, if converting a numeric into a text value, converting a date into a numeric value. So there is a conversion transformation. So aggregate, conversion, then we can have a derived column. What do you mean by derived column? I want to set a status based on the percentage of the mark gained. I want to set the status of the student. I can make a derived column based on another column's value. Then I can make lookup. I can see if the student is already present in the table. So it's a lookup. I can merge multiple data sets. I can do a merge join. I can do a multicast. Then create a sort, a union. I can do a pivoting, unpivoting. I can do a fuzzy lookup. I can do copy column. I can do character mapping. I can do CDC splitter, cache transform, audit. These are some of the available transformations in a SSIS package. So we spoke about the sources, destination, and available transformation. Then coming to control flow, you can say that there is something called script task. Script task basically you can pass the parameters from the package and you can do read-only variables and write variables also. Then if you go, it opens a Visual Studio project. Using a script tags, you can do programmatically manage your logics or business logics. You can send email notification. You can connect with your DB. So whatever is possible from a C# point of view, you can do it in this script task. Okay, I think that's all about SSIS packages, tools, and the capabilities. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you understood about SSIS integration project user interface. What is possible with the Solution Explorer? What is possible with the SSIS toolbox? This is it's a quick review, and in the next section, I will be creating a package. I will be loading data from an Excel source, and I will try to upload the Excel data into our SQL Server database. I will also include some transformation, trying to help you to understand the transformation. Thank you. Thank you very much.